Is a monopoly an example of competition? Speaking from an economic point of view, you could say it's an example of competition and an example of lack of competition. Technically speaking, a monopoly, the term often used by people to describe a monopolistic competition model, is a competition model, which describes a market, which neglects competitor pricing when determining their own pricing. This model can only be used for products or services that do not have a perfect substitute or, as is known in economics, substitute goods. To illustrate substitute goods, you could take different coffee brands, for example. Sure, they have individual differences in terms of taste, texture, etc., but the product is technically speaking, the same. A monopolistic competition model applies primarily to restaurants, for example. Some restaurants charge $20 for a meal, when others charge $400 and customers are available for both. This is only possible because they offer a different service product from each other. If you were being charged $20 for bread at one grocery store and $400 for bread at another, with similar quality, your choice would be obvious. There is another aspect to this, in terms of markets. A monopolistic market is one where a single company has a 100% market share, or put simply, only they can sell to the public. Such market structures are generally outlawed for obvious reason, but a similar one exists, known as an oligopoly. In such a market structure, the cost to join the market initial investment is exceptionally high, therefore limiting the number of competitors to those with large capital, for example car companies, oil companies, etc. A monopoly is not a bad thing. Only illegal monopolies are bad. Being the first, the most creative, and the best are good things. Starting a new business where you are just a bit player, delivering a Me Too product or service in a large market is a recipe to go broke. You must have something that makes you unique, and that something must be very hard to copy.